Kathy Kent.
Oh, is it?
I just heard her. I know Kathy.
Hey,
You know,
hey, hey, hey. All right, all right, all right. It's the show, y'all. It's the show. It's the show. And we ready to go.
my God is gone.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
You know me.
What's happening, Harrisburg? What's happening, Harrisburg? You know what they say, you know what they say, like we always say. I can't control what happens on the streets of DC, Baltimore, New York, or Pittsburgh, but I can always control what happens right here on Kenny's Corner.
Kenny's Corner.
Man, we get ready to get it cracking here,
Kenny's
man.
Corner.
We got James Porter back again. We're gonna double back. You know, with only relationships, we're gonna double back with James Porter. And
I've been here since last week.
and yeah, this is gonna be his last week, but he's all good.
I'm telling.
But anyway, you know, we always start the show off my little segment here. It just can't be. It just don't make sense. That's my segment right now. It just don't make sense. Right now, we are in the middle of or the beginning of something called monkey pox. Man, it just don't make sense.
I know her.
At first, they said the monkey pox was almost, they tried to put it on the same level as COVID. And then come to find out it's more prevalent in the homosexual community. And I'm saying we got monkeys. Hold on, this ain't making no sense. So now see, it don't make sense. You say it's epidemic, you say it's like almost like it's the new COVID, but it really isn't. So you can get it by skin touching if you have open blisters and all that. But it's also sexually transmitted. So who was messing with monkeys? And why is it more prevalent in the gay community? I mean, if I was in the gay community, I'd be wondering what's going on now. What happened? How did this just attack us? It don't make sense. Why? You know what it is? What's those people that go out in the jungle and look for the animals? Zoologists. You know, they be out there 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, just them and the fellas.
Wow.
Under a tree. So the moon looks nice today in the Congo.
And they see little George sitting up in the tree.
It just doesn't make sense. As I joke about this segment, I always joke about my just don't make sense segment. But, you know, we need a real check here in America. What's going on? Monkeypox, my goodness. Woo! Well, last week we ended up on a hot topic. You know, anytime you talk about relationships, it's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get crazy. Now, like I always say, it's like the mall. You have three major hubs. You know, we had J.C. Penney, John Wanamaker, and we had Gimbels. I'm going way back in the Harrisburg Mall. Gimbels. So now, you know, we have different sections. So
I'm at the food court.
James said he's at the food court. So on the advertisement, we're talking about full disclosure before marriage or even while dating. But before that, I got a question I want to pose to the men and women out there in radio land. Can men or women handle the truth. Can you guys, men or women, handle the truth? You say you want the truth. Don't lie to me. Just tell me the truth. Trevor said, no, I know that's right. Just don't lie to me. Just tell me what the truth is. And then we say, do you love me? No. Huh? What do you mean you don't love me? What you told me don't lie to you. What do you think this relationship is going to work out? No. What do you mean? But guys are the worst. Yeah, baby, you know, because our ego is a mess. Hey,
Really?
Baby, ain't not the best you ever had. No. No.
I'm not.
Heath Wells says, I believe I can. Well, James, tell me, James, why do you think they can't handle the truth?
Well, first of all, I was the best. Now let me move on from that. Believe it or not, and on a serious note, I think that men can't handle the truth. I just, women have a way of bouncing back and just forgiving. They have a forgiving nature. And they just can handle it. But a woman will get the truth, be alone, broke down, pick herself up, her and her kids, take them on off, live a good life, send them on off to college. And some men just break completely.
Yeah. From the truth.
From the truth.
That we asked for.
Oh, no. You said,
can we handle the truth?
Oh, yeah, but we don't never ask for it.
Can we handle the truth? Because we always want the truth.
No, lie to me.
What? So, but when you tell a woman, I don't want you, they can't handle that. They can't handle that. You know what? They can handle, I cheated on you.
Yeah.
They can handle that. I seen your car parked at that other girl's house. They can handle that.
That's why we Uber now. No, I'm just joking.
But what they can't handle is,
I don't want you.
I don't want you. I don't want you.
Well, see, that's because as little girls, they've been raised all their life. Men want them. Men want you. Men want you. If a woman offers and a man says no, oh.
And you know, that's been put in us. You know, rejection. I think men handle. See, this is what I think. I think men handle rejection better than women, is because we had to practice getting rejected forever. You know, now some of my viewers don't remember school dances, but at the school dance,
speak on it, brother.
It was the boy who had to walk across the room, all your friends looking at you, and go, do you want to dance? And then when she says,
with slow motion,
no. And then they come back with the excuse, my feet hurt. I just got through dancing. And we've been watching the whole night. You ain't moved out your seat. We get over there and they tell us no. And we have to accept that.
And right after that, James Porter walks over and says, you want to dance? She gets right up.
So, but here's the thing now. You start rejecting them. Oh, they don't like that. What do you mean you want to dance with me? Because you think you're the finest thing in here. He says we have the rejection better because we've been rejected more. We've been rejected because we are the aggressor.
We're the predator.
Yeah.
They the prey.
Benzina said, tell the truth and shame the devil. You talking right, brother. All right. And so when it comes to the truth and how we deal with it, women, I think anything about their vanity or anything like that, they can't handle that. But they'll call us everything. They'll say, hey, you know, whatever, you're getting too heavy, you're getting too, you know, I mean, they'll do it all. and we just go, oh, babe, I'm working on it. You tell a woman that.
Whoa.
You let your woman ask you, does this dress make me look fat? Now, to keep peace in your home, you go, no, baby. But when you tired of that woman, you say, no fatter than all the other dresses you put on last week. But they can't handle that. They can't handle that. They don't want, no. And we have been rejected a lot. And we go through the trials. We go through it every single day. And not only as a teen, but as an adult, we go out to the club and we ask the girl to dance. And they say no. But you know what they'll say yes? Can I buy you a drink? And see, I look at the girl and say, well, I can afford to buy her a drink because she's drinking a light beer. Yes, can I buy you a drink? Yes, can I have a strawberry daiquiri with the salt on the side with 2 lemons in it? What?
You creeping back over into last week.
What? Now, because I asked you, do you want to drink? You want to stop drinking what you can afford and go deep in me. Well, we're going to creep in last week anyway, because that's what we do. Luther Vandross said, creep.
And think about it. If you don't buy her that drink, or you go, I thought you was drinking this. Then all of a sudden you a cheap dude and I don't want to talk to you. Oh, you can't buy me no daiquiri. So now, but that's not, you was drinking a light beer when I got here.
You was drinking a light beer that cost $2.
So now you a cheap dude. So now you don't want to talk to me.
You can be in less than times when the drink was only $1 and say, can I buy you a drink? And she said, well, let's go somewhere else.
And of course we're guessing, because have we been to Less Than Tiny?
No. Ben says that if a woman is confident in who she is, she really will not entertain what anyone said. All right.
I'm sorry, what did she say?
She said, if a woman is confident in who she is, she really will not entertain what anyone says.
Well, that does sound good, but I'm from this planet. We talking about earthlings, right? The women of this hemisphere.
This one. Tressa Witness said, Kirk Franklin said, stomp. That's right. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. So, so there's so many different things here, but we're gonna move on from the truth, because here's the question for my audience for real. We're gonna get right down to the meat of the subject, and I want you all to call in with honest answers. I want you to really be engaged this week. 717-889-7181. It would also be on the screen in a minute. 717-889-7181. Full disclosure, while dating or before marriage, is it necessary? What do you care about and what don't you care about? 717-889-7181. So, James, you think there ought to be full disclosure?
Well, I can't even remember who it was. It was a comedian, and the woman, he was describing how the woman said to him, you're not truthful. You lied about this. You lied about that. And he looked back at her and was like, well, you're not that tall. You got heels on. And you're not built like that. That's a girdle holding that in. And your breast isn't really like that.
Right.
That's a push-up ball. And that's not your hair. And I lied. Your whole makeup package, you don't look like that.
Are there deal breakers? Are there deal breakers when dating and everything is not fully disclosed? Are there deal breakers?
I would like a couple phone calls. The texting is good, but I need a couple of the opposite sex to call in and let me know. Because like I stated last week, who was it? Reverend Chris Rock said,
Reverend Chris Rock.
The only people who are loved unconditionally are women, children, and dogs. If a man is not doing for you or giving to you, he's not loved. He's not a good man.
Infidelities. So that's a, so how is that infidelities? How is that? So someone should tell you that they are cheat. Oh, once a cheater, always a cheater. Oh, we got a call.
Caller, you're on Kenny's Corner. Go ahead with your comment, please.
Hey, my comment is the only person that loved us unconditional was our mother.
Okay.
Well, and Jesus.
Well, who?
And it's kind of hard to find a relationship trying to match what your mother is giving you.
Or your father.
Yeah, they always leave us out. I'm good with that.
Well, we leave the fathers out because the fathers, statistically,
Oh, here we go.
Here we go, because I'm listening.
well, statistically, a lot more fathers are missing from the family household. And there's more single parents than married couples raising children.
Oh, I gotta agree with that. I got me. Okay. You're right about that.
Now, I'm gonna make one more statement, just to be clear. There's 24 hours in a day. There's 24 hours in a day. They ask us to sleep 8, work 12. That's 20 hours. There's 4 hours left. How much do we spend with the people that we say we love?
Okay.
And that was some good math there.
Okay. I like that. Who am I talking to?
This is Edward Daniels.
Oh, okay, Eddie, go ahead, baby boy. You came and hit a home run on me, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you for that.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, so he's saying that
He's saying you need to work with your wife.
Tressa says once a cheater, always a cheater.
Well, the Bible says when I was a child, I spake as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. See, you have to understand that people change. There's no definite. Even in the world, it says where law is absolute, there can be no justice. You can't go everything right down the line on a straight board. There has to be different degrees.
So if a person cheated, if a person was known for cheating all through their high school and definitely all through their 20s,
Check in his yearbook.
does that make him a cheater in his 40s? Don't justify if they don't change. Right, if they don't change, but we can't say that a cheater, once a cheater, is always a cheater. We can't say that. I don't think we can say that because it's not true. Everybody has a past.
I don't even understand it. Once a cheerleader, always a cheerleader. I don't even understand that.
So here's the thing. There are some things that I believe that are off limits. There was just some people who don't want to deal with people that has been on drugs.
Okay.
They just don't want. They've been burnt 3-4 times, and they just don't want that in their life no more. Now, if you meet a young lady or a young man, and they are on drugs, or they have told you
That they had issues.
would you still date them? And she said, if they had that in them, that's who they are. Well, I don't know.
Well, yeah, but see, that depends. See, now you got to talk about, would you date them? It depends. Now, what are you looking for? See, now if you're just looking to hang out with somebody, you can be friends with, you can agree with them.
Yeah.
But if your ultimate goal is to take it to the next level in a mature relationship, then you have to put different parameters on it.
Right. And that's why I said in marriage,
Oh, so you're talking
before marriage. So is that important? Some people say it's a deal breaker. Some people say incarceration is a deal breaker.
Listen, and it's funny because you keep saying some people, your language speaks as women are saying. No, statistically speaking, the women are saying, I don't want no guy that's in, you know, not saying that women don't go to jail or, you know what?
Right.
How about your credit score? Is that,
Oh,
see, when you talk about men's level, should we, when we meet a woman, should we be like, so how are you financially?
is a credit score a deal breaker? 717-889-7181. Is a credit score a deal breaker? Is that a deal breaker? If you have worked and got yourself together and you've been working on your credit and you figure that if you get the right mate in your life, that you all can build and get more things and do what you want to do, and you ask him his credit score, and he says 200, is that a deal breaker? Or do you say,
Is that before or after tax?
I'm gonna work, I'm gonna work on this? We got a caller coming in.
Caller, go ahead. You're on Kenny's Corner Live.
Talk money.
Yes.
Go ahead, caller. You're on. Just
I'm
listen.
not sure if you're talking to me.
Yeah, just listen to the phone. You're on. Go right
You're
ahead.
talking to me.
Yes.
Okay, stop yelling. Hey, you guys have lost me in the conversation.
You're the only one.
You all were talking about one thing, and now you're talking about credit scores.
The context is, what is a deal breaker? It's full
Right,
disclosure.
what is a deal breaker?
So is a credit score in full disclosure, would that be a deal breaker to you?
So in full disclosure, it's just my opinion. That means you're telling everybody, you're telling that person what's what. I believe we all hold something back inherently. But
I
when
agree.
you say full disclosure, you mean like, hey, remember when we went to the store and I was going to the bathroom, but I stole something?
No. I'm not talking about, I'm talking about before you were in this relationship with this woman, y'all talking about getting
Right.
married. Y'all talking about getting married. Do you disclose, if you haven't already, do you disclose that I used to be a pedophile? And she got 12, and she got 6 12-year-olds.
I go back to credit.
No, I'm just saying, I want to be real because
No, I'm real with you.
email, do you disclose that?
Yeah.
In the perfect world, yeah.
Okay. Now,
In the perfect world, yeah.
Yeah, but
I like how he worded that.
right. But that's not always
No.
right. That's not always the case.
Hey, I once worked in a place where they developed a relationship. It seemed to be going great. The guy moved in with the girl. Next thing you know, his kid's knocking on the door. And that's how he found out that he was on
Papers
the list.
right, on the list.
on the list.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Right.
So, now listen, y'all. Did y'all see that story? I think his name was Bobby Love.
Bobby Love.
Are we gonna hang up on that?
Did you have anything else you wanted to say, caller?
Bobby Love was this criminal. Sure enough, criminal, robbed, bunch, did everything. Broke out of jail. Changed his name, social security number, everything. Remarried and was married for 30 years. They had kids, they had grandkids. He was getting retirement under this name. And the FBI pulled up, said,
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
come on, Bobby, let's go. And they took him back to jail. Should that have been disclosed to that woman? She had built this whole life
Well, he wasn't an honorable dude. We talking about honorable men and women who are trying to look for a decent relationship. Bobby Love, he was in the Clump movie.
Right,
So
right.
I don't even know what to say about Bobby.
Trish said, the man is supposed to be the provider. It doesn't matter if her credit score is good or not. Provide, show early without giving. What she said, without giving a lot of that, you are capable of providing. Oh,
Can you call in? Because
yeah.
it's hard to interpret a little bit.
So
But on that note, we back to the same situation from last
what
week.
we back to, James?
We back to the table. Now, she just clearly said that the man is supposed to be the provider. And I know that that's the way it was intended. But see, the rules have changed. There used to be a time when the man was the provider, the woman's job was to take care of her man and her children. But it's not like that no more. I'm not trying to attack the females, but the women of today have a whole new outlook on life. So when you married a woman back then, you got a pure, righteous woman that was yours and yours alone. When you marry a woman today, you got to take her and her baggage, whatever she had prior to then, because the lifestyle has changed, the way we live.
Well, Benzina Hart said something, and Benzina, I'm telling you, you're tearing me up right now because that is one of my favorite movies. Benzina said, do y'all remember that movie, Pretty Woman? That man took a woman who was a lady of the night, and he was a man with a whole lot of
Money.
yeah, with a whole lot. Took this woman who was not honorable and made her his woman. That is what love will do. Huh? Prostitution.
Yeah, but I would have took Julia Roberts too.
Yeah, call in, Tressa. What's the number? The number is 717-889-7181. Don't be scared. Heath Wells said, especially in the movies. All right, Mazina, somebody said that's just a movie, Mazina. That's not true. Men, would you do it? Would you do it? Would you go out to Hollywood because you had a whole bunch of money, seen this cute looking woman on the streets? Maybe your wife. I don't know. But women, I give you this. Women, y'all have fixed up some dogs. Women.
Oh, my.
Women, you all have walked right over me. Right past me. And gave the guy new teeth or your state benefits.
You still in that movie. I saw that movie.
Hey, you did it all. You did it all for these guys and women. Y'all do it. Y'all do it.
Marry Bobby Brown.
Yeah. So I don't know men. Oh, we got a call coming in.
Go ahead, caller. You're on Kenny's Corner Live. Go right ahead, caller. You're on live.
I heard.
Yes.
This is T.
Oh, hey, T.
So let me address what James was saying. We were talking about the credit and everything.
I think James left.
So this is what is wrong with relationships and marriages now. So myself as a woman, I have to help my husband provide. I have to help him do his job as a provider, but I'm supposed to submit to him. That doesn't quite work, and that's why a lot of these modern marriages do not work, because the man is not really doing what he's supposed to do. He is supposed to provide. It doesn't matter what she brings to the table financially, her credit, he is supposed to provide. That is his job.
T, may I ask you a question?
So I don't agree with what you said.
May I ask you a question? The man is supposed to provide. What is the woman supposed to do?
We're supposed to take care of the children, take care of the home, and to support him. Like, we don't have dreams and ambitions. Like, we have to put that aside. And like, basically, like, our dreams and ambitions, like, we as women need to pour into our man to help lift him so that he helps, like, bring the family, like, to a higher level. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, we have a traditional role, and it's not to be outside working the home. That's not how it's supposed to be.
Uh-huh.
Like, I believe in, like, traditional marriages, the traditional role.
Now remember,
Like the wife staying at home and
Mhm.
taking care of the children
you
and
preaching.
raising the children. And if he has to go work 2 jobs, then he has to go work 2 jobs.
And now I'm
That's
not,
what he has to do.
I just want to throw this in there. Are they his children? Because remember, we talking about the traditional family. So we talk about his children.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are his children.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
but
are you trying to say?
no, I'm
No,
not.
no. What you trying to say?
I'm saying when in the traditional household back, the traditional, when he married the woman, she didn't have any children. So he married her, they had their children, and it was his job to, what did you say? It was his job to support
Provide.
and provide for the family. But nowadays, a lot of they're blended families.
Okay, so what difference does it make if she's bringing children into the marriage? He is accepting the children, they become his children. So what are you saying, because they're not his biological children, that he shouldn't still go work 2 jobs to take care of the family?
No, I'm not saying that he shouldn't, but I'm saying that's what the difference is. And we were talking about, the beginning was the traditional woman and the traditional relationships versus the new modern day school relationships. And so that's where a lot of people don't see the difference. Before, when the traditional, you met your wife, y'all married, y'all started having built a family together. Now, when you meet some women nowadays, you meet them and they have 2 children of their own. So you're starting with an instant family right from the door. And a lot of, especially the younger men, they haven't built up their financial wealth and their portfolio. You know, most men start off in the 20s, and, you know, by the time they get to 30, 40, they got time in their jobs, they got benefits, they got all that stuff. But what happens now when you're marrying these women of today, you know, the what they call them, the boss women,
Yeah.
you meet them and they already got 2 kids, 3 kids, and you're stepping right into a full immediate family right from the door.
And your point is what?
Well,
That's the difference.
He's
I'm
stepping into
I'm
the
saying,
family.
no. How about,
If he is not financially, hold on, if he's not financially able to support a family,
mhm,
he has no business entertaining that with a woman at all.
I agree
He
with you.
needs to be casually dating,
I
and
agree with
that's
you.
it.
I agree with
Like, you
you.
don't take on something that you cannot handle.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
okay, but now hold on because now you're being too unfair. So we have so many women who have these different kids, and their dads aren't on the hook for anything. No child support, no nothing. They ain't paying nothing. They ain't going after it for nothing. It's nothing. So then it becomes the guy who's coming in because he likes you, who says, yes, I'll support your family. But somebody else is off the hook totally. And sometimes things just happen, but there are so many women out here that will let their family, the other baby's dads off the hook, period. Because they do got a guy that's going to support the family, that's going to ride out for them, that's going to do this. They got somebody that's going to do that. And the man does that. But the other dad is off the hook totally, because she ain't worrying about his money, a little bit of money for child support he's going to get, because I got a man that's going to do that. That's not
Can I
fair.
make a statement?
Huh?
May I make a statement?
Okay, but.
We got 2 callers?
But the man that's gonna go ahead and do it, the man that's gonna go ahead and do it is not gonna complain about it.
Yeah, okay. Okay, he may not to you. to you.
All right.
He may not. But that don't mean, but that doesn't, listen, that doesn't mean he don't like it.
May I interject here?
Yes, who's that?
This is Ed,
We-
back on the line.
Oh, he's still on the
This is
line.
Ed, I'm back on the line.
Okay, Ed.
The more of your story is, what's a deal breaker? Now, if you meet a woman who got kids to multiple men, it's your decision to try to work with her, or that's a deal breaker.
Well, that's a deal breaker.
But now, and I want to throw this in there on the deal breaker. What happens is when he does that, when he says, well, I really care about you, I'm interested in you, but I'm not interested in going to the full family, then he's a sorry man because he don't want to step up. You
Right.
love me, but you don't want to step up to the plate. But what I'm saying is I didn't make that plate full like that. I'm just stepping up. But then a lot of men get,
Why even date her then? From the rip, you know she got kids, and if you know you're
A
not
deal
with it,
breaker.
why even date her?
No.
He said a deal breaker.
Like, there's a responsibility on both sides.
Good answer. Good
You-
question, sister, good question.
And
You're right.
I want to take it a little,
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
I want to take it just another step. See, and I've known from personal experience, I know a lot of men that stepped up to that level and got in there and took care of the family and raised them all. But the children don't respect the man that did the job. They're still honoring the father who didn't do nothing for him. And what I told you about last week about the guy who said rule one and the stepdaddy's rule is the dad who's not there all week long should not come in this household to get more respect than the man that's already in there. See, there's a lot to be said for a man that steps up and does that. Yo, that's a powerful man.
Right. I mean, and listen, I've been in a situation where I stepped all the way up.
All the way.
All the way up. So I mean, I can't say I'm on that level, but I stepped all the way up, all the way in, up, boots up to my neck, 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs. I understand what you're talking about, but it does get hard because when you coming into a ready-made family, you love them and say, okay, I'm gonna support them, I'm gonna do all that. But then the real dad has all these different privileges.
Ugh.
He has all these different accesses. He has all this say in what's going on,
And he does not pay.
and he does not pay.
He's not there making the lunches in the morning. He's not.
Now, the man who's stepping
But
up,
he doesn't need to be coming around.
I understand
The
that.
man that is providing and leading his family will already set that tone from the door.
Yeah.
He can't help provide, he can't come around.
Well,
It
that's
is what it is.
Sounds nice.
that sounds nice, but back in the real, that's the perfect world. But in the real world, these children are still longing for their father, and then after all them years, raise up and they don't even want to speak to the man that raised them, and got no love for them, no respect for them.
Hold on, you're giving them guys a bad rap.
No, I'm
Giving
not.
guys a bad rap.
I'm not talking about the guy. I'm talking about the relationship that goes like in the real world. It would be nice if the Brady Bunch
The
happened.
woman's the problem.
Oh, the woman's the
The
problem.
woman would be the problem in that case.
I'm agree with you
In
on that.
that case, the woman's the problem, because the woman should address her baby's daddy that her new man makes decisions in her home
Right.
Okay.
with his kids.
Heath Wells says, if I'm out working 2 jobs, who's home doing my husband duties?
The real daddy. That's how they got the kids.
Yeah, the real daddy.
Oh,
When
man.
you at work.
Y'all tearing it up. Y'all are tearing it up today,
See,
boy.
A lot of people really, they live in the TV world because on the
And
Brady
woman
Bunch,
always says, oh, that's just my baby's daddy.
on the Brady Bunch, everybody loved everybody, and the kids respected the mom who wasn't their mom, and the girls respected the dad who wasn't their dad. And we never saw their real parent, their biological people coming in with the real life disruptions
Hold up.
that come along.
America says it should be expected. My kids are my financial responsibility. But the guy should have some type of relationship. Oh, I agree with this, America, with my kids. That we agree with that. We're agreeing with that, America. We're absolutely agreeing with it. But I'm saying is if he's coming into a ready-made family,
Mhm.
he's coming in with the expectations that this is my role now, I'm going to help. But
Gentlemen,
I don't
I
want to,
agree to disagree.
well,
I agree to disagree. What is it that you should be teaching someone else's child?
oh,
Ooh. Well, any children that I've ever been around, I want to teach them and show them by example the man that they're supposed to be, or a type of man that I would want them
Or
to
a
be able to
woman.
respect.
Now, all that's interesting, but those are general terms. We need to try to understand it. We need to be more specific. When we talk about kids and their destination and what tools they need, we all have difficulty in identifying those things. So most of us are just living a life haphazardly because there's no real destination to reach. So what do you prepare for if there's no destination? Would be my question. Even in the relationship. Now, in the relationship, we all have problems communicating. Why would we can't talk to each other?
right. So you shouldn't have been, right.
So
that's
what you're
the deal.
saying in your relationship,
That's a deal, but no, that's a deal breaker because this is what I'm saying, Eddie. This is what I know. Like your own child, you got a plan for your child.
true.
You know, this is how I want my daughter to be. This is how I want my son to be. But now you come into a relationship and the daughter is already 11 and the son is 13 or 9, you still, it's hard to get your values in them. You know what I mean? So that blended family is hard. And so, like you said before, Eddie, the man has to be honest. Again, can we be honest? The man has to be honest and go, no, this is not going to work. No, this is not for me because I didn't sign up for this.
Well, you know, also we kind of strayed away because we were talking about relationships. We're all into marriage now.
Right.
We was trying to get to the point.
So Karen said,
Tell Karen to
children,
call in.
Karen said, children learn what they live. Be a good example for them. That's true, Karen. But I will not handle my son like I would handle your son. I will not. You may not agree with me.
Yeah, but are you talking about marriage? Or are you talking about dating?
Well, we're going into marriage now.
See, and I'm saying I'm still back at dating. When you're dating someone and they have children, that's an awkward situation to try to work through.
It is.
Because you can't come in and say, like, my values and how my mom and my dad raised me might not be, because some women don't spank their kids. Some women do.
Right.
But I'm like, I don't know how you stand for your child to disrespect you like that.
Right.
I don't even see that.
Right.
And I can't be around you if we can't figure out a way to grow this.
Right. And everybody's not going to give you, carte blanche to do what you want.
True.
717-889-7181. 717-889-7181. We're going to clear the line because we're going to got some other callers want to come in.
You had another caller on the line. Not sure if this is
Yeah.
on or not.
We got another call on the line?
Go ahead, caller. You're on Kitty's Corner.
Thank you. I know you started out with full disclosure,
Come on now.
and that was your topic. And you find that you cannot have full disclosure without having communicational skills.
Mm-mm.
Even when you talked about a man going into a blended family, before he even stepped in it, and James was talking about he didn't sign up for what was on the plate. What was on the plate. He should have known what was on the plate because they discussed it. Now, he may not want to eat what's on the plate, but he saw what was on the plate. Then was his opportunity to back out or stand pat.
Right.
That's if we had full disclosure. That's if we had full disclosure.
And that's not just when we're talking about the blended family. That's just not with the man or woman, that's with the children too.
Right. So in the
That's
full,
when everyone sits down at the table.
so if that's what they talked about, then the man or the woman, because sometimes men come into relationships with the kids. you know?
True.
And so the man or the woman has to be honest and say, listen, I like you, but I'm not okay with this.
But now let's.
And you have to be okay with it.
I'm backing up.
That's
Listen.
right about to play.
But also when it comes to dating, I was still back at dating. Y'all went on into marriage.
No, because the question is marriage.
I was
It is
in full
marriage.
disclosure, we got the dating.
Yeah, we did that. Full disclosure before marriage.
That's before marriage.
That's what we are, marriage. So she's on point. But once they say what it is, or once we see what it is, we should have enough guts to say, I don't want to do that, without being called a whole bunch of names. You don't want to step up, you sorry and all that, because they give it to us. They give it to us. And they can feel less than. Not, and some men can't stand up under that pressure.
And
So
And I can understand that. But even in the dating, see, that's where we mess up with this dating and courting when you talked about that.
wow, what was that word you
all of that.
used?
Courting
Wow.
and dating.
They don't use that no
There
more.
is a difference.
There is.
Well, they should. They should be using it. And then one young lady said that, well, I don't know if you said it, you said that, the way that things used to be done, they're not done that way anymore. I forget how you said it. The rules have been changed. The rules have not been changed for everyone. See, when we make those blanketed statements, you have to be careful. As for me, that rule still stands.
number in.
If the man is supposed to be the head of the household, the young lady said that the woman is supposed to raise the children. That's incorrect. The man raises the children. Read the word.
Whew.
Okay.
Okay,
So
all right.
We're going through this stuff and we pick up, we allow other people to, we begin to filter what we want to do by other folks' perspective. We have to make up in our mind what, if I want a man to come into my house and I say, he is the man of the house and he's my husband. That's it. There's no such thing as 50-50 or 100-100. You know, we in this thing together. Whether or not, if I'm working and he's not working, he's still the man of the house.
Girl, I love you.
That's all right, Mama Rose. Thank you. The number 717-889-7181. We got callers coming in. Mama Rose, you shut the door on us again. Jennifer said, that's right. Rules haven't changed for all of us. That's true, Jennifer. It hasn't changed. She also says, but that should happen before the marriage stage. Right.
Oh, yes.
The full disclosure should happen before the marriage stage. And once we see something, man or woman, we should have enough courage to say that I cannot do. And I think it would save a lot of people a lot of heartache and heartbreak if they could just say it right then and there. I can't handle that.
Yeah, but let me throw something in there. A lot of times when you meet women up today, you're meeting women, they always say, I don't want all these different men around my children. So there's a lot of times that during the dating time, you don't even find out that they have kids until months down into the line. You know, they make it a specific thing not to let you know or have you around their children. Y'all might discuss it, but you're not even around their children. And then after your relationship progresses to a certain point, then they say, all right, it's time for you to meet my kids. Now you've already invested in this woman dating for the last 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, getting to know them. And then when you finally meet the children and you feel that that's a little too much for you and uncomfortable, then you're a sorry dude again. Now you don't want to step up to the plate. Now you're not a real man because
That's an interesting. That's an interesting point.
and there's a lot of women that follow that philosophy.
Yeah.
I don't want all these different men around my kids.
That's an interesting point because we don't know if you got kids from hell or not. You know, the baby's kids, those are real kids. You know, when Robin Harris was talking about baby's kids and how bad they were, them real kids. I've seen them kids. 717-889-7181. 8781. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that are disclosures that sometimes we don't have enough courage to say so, because sometimes the truth is hard. The truth is hard.
It is. It is. And relationships, like I said, a lot of people look at this situation and think that it just happens like that, but it don't. Relationships take work. They're a daily thing. You have to have a mindset to say, this is where I'm at. This is what I want to do. But then at the same time, and I'm standing fast to that about the role that men have been placed in right now. Because like I said, if you're not a great provider and you're taking care of your family, then you're not loved. Now, the woman and the children get to be loved unconditionally, but I'm only loved if we step up and we're handling our business.
Well, now that I'm gonna have to pull back on it just a little bit, because I've seen women love some jokers that ain't did nothing. I've seen them love them and take them through it and drag them all the way to. I've seen that,
And I've seen the great white whale. There are some. There are some.
Jennifer says, I introduced my kids after the fourth date.
So how much did he spend on you up to those 4 days?
Hold up. Jennifer, I'm not feeling me either, Jennifer. Like I said, it's I don't know. Karen says, I was dating a guy for over a year, and I mentioned to him that one of the things I liked is his children were grown. Okay. Whew. That's a lot. I'm gonna read it though. One of the things mentioned that my children were grown.
Tell her to call in.
Karen, call in, Karen. Karen, call in. 717-889-7181.
I remember a friend of mine, he was dating a girl and he was living with her and she had a child. And then he went to her and said, listen, I got an issue right now. My son is having problems with his mom and I need to bring him here. And the girl was like, well, I'm not really with that. I'm not really with that. I got my son here. And he was like, well, yeah, I've been helping you for the last couple of years. My paycheck's been helping your son and you and da-da-da-da. But she didn't want to open the door up to his child coming in. He was like, well, I'm gonna buy bunk beds. And they both, she said, I don't want to do that. I don't want to spend my money, my time and my effort on your son. And he didn't even know what to do. He was like, so it got to the point that he had to choose between his son and the relationship.
Go ahead, caller. You're on Kenny's Corner Live.
Hello. this is
Yes.
Karen.
Hey, Karen. Yes, that was a lot, Karen. Yeah.
Let me tell you about this. I was dating this guy for over a year. And he told me he had a grown son. And, my children are grown. And so I was happy about that. I thought, oh, this is cool. I met somebody who has grown children. My children are grown. This is cool. I liked it. Well, I found out from someone else that he had 2 young boys that he had not revealed to me.
Wow.
And I was so shocked. I thought, who would do that? Who would not tell someone they had 2 small children when you're in a relationship for that long?
Men don't do that.
You could hide that from me.
Wow.
Why would you do that?
Well, I'm gonna tell you why he did it. Because you made the mention of, oh, you have grown kids, I have grown kids, this is gonna be really great. And he said, oh, I
Yeah,
bet.
but that was his opportunity to tell me, oh, by the way,
And right. And this
I do also have 2 small boys.
Well, what face did you make though?
is and so we need to be, and this is where in relationships, the truth matters.
He needed to be honest
Right.
at that point.
Right. He needed to be honest at this point. And this is where we all
And
are lacking.
let me decide if I wanted to
Right.
continue in a
Exactly.
relationship or not.
So
That's
now-
my decision.
So what did you do?
I ended that relationship for him lying to me.
Okay. Good job.
Oh, no.
Key, man. Honesty is key.
Good job.
What else is he gonna lie to me about?
Right.
Oh, so you ended the relationship because he lied, not because he had small kids.
Right, not because of the kids.
Good job.
I mean, I didn't,
Good.
the lion is.
You
big.
couldn't handle it?
That's a no-no.
That was a no-no. So that was your deal breaker,
Yeah, the
E-
lion is a deal breaker.
even
right.
though he didn't disclose it. That's just,
Right.
another caller said, and you should have.
You're damn right, and it didn't take no time at all.
Oh, yes. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, we still got time, but what I need y'all to do. I need y'all to go onto the YouTube page and like and subscribe and share. Like, subscribe, and share. We are trying to take Kenny's Corner globally. So if you all would just go onto the YouTube channel, and you'll see all the shows out there. If you could just like the shows, I would appreciate the love and support. I really, 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 really would. You guys have been wonderful. Well, you've been great. We have 5 minutes left. And so in this last 5 minutes, I'm going to just throw some things out. You may not like it. You may like it. But this is Kenny Robs, Kenny's Corner, top 10 reasons why men cheat. I want y'all to listen now. Top 10 reasons why men cheat.
They're married.
Number one, it's gonna be the countdown like a Dave Letterman show. Number 10. Now listen, ladies, these aren't good examples. These aren't even good reasons. So I don't want you to jump on the reason. I don't want you to jump on the reasons I'm getting ready to say, because they're not good reasons. And we're gonna get to that on number one, but they're not good reasons. Number 10, you're getting too fat. Number 9, too skinny. Number 8, could be his nature. Number 6, argue too much. Number 7, curiosity. Number 6, ain't argue too much. Number 5, sex is not the same. Number 4, stop cooking. Number 3, show no attention. Number 2, poor communications. And number 1,
They married.
they just wanted to. That's it. You can't keep a man who don't want to be kept. That's the only thing that'll keep a man from cheating is the man. He has to be willing to be kept. Period. It ain't about your cooking. It ain't about your weight. It ain't about your attention. It ain't about none of that.
It could be the 410.
No, there's no good reason, Karen. It could be anything, but the bottom line is because they want to. Period. So don't worry about it. If the man goes out and cheats on you, he don't want to be kept. That's not where he wants to be. He may want to be in the relationship with you, but that's not where he really wants to be. That's not where he shows his value.
You are going to equal it out a little bit, though, right?
Yeah, nope, not this week.
Okay.
All right now.
Just men.
So
That's why we cheat,
so
because women don't cheat.
we'll get to them. This is Kenny's Corner. Anyway, like I always say, before I go, and listen, like, share, and subscribe on YouTube, y'all. I need y'all to show up and show out on my YouTube. I can't control what happens on the corners of Washington, Baltimore, New York, Dallas, or anywhere, but I can always control what happens right here on Kenny's Corner. Love you.
Top 10 reasons why women don't cheat.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but that's
No.
not just, yeah.
You ain't got no money.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah.
I'm saying.
17104.
Harrisburg's first and only faith-based, community-driven internet radio station. Your choice, the voice